A third culture kid is a term used to refer to kids who have spent the majority of their developmental years outside of their parents' culture. Like most of you, my parents were born and raised in Iowa. I, however, could not have been raised further away. I spent most of my years in El Salvador and China. Without the help of modern communication through technology, I would not have been able to keep all of my friendships that are now able to last me a lifetime. So I'm going to give you a brief overview of my life as a TCK, the technologies that have helped me so far, and how technology continues to improve my life. First, my life as a TCK. So my parents are high school teachers that work internationally, and they were in Brazil when I was born, and that's where we also adopted my brother, who is 7 months older than I am. Then we moved back to Iowa for a very short period of time, and just before turning 5, I moved to El Salvador. And this really became my home. I started to adapt the culture. I grew up speaking Spanish, and I sort of considered myself a Latina. And then, just after 7th grade, I moved to China. And this is a huge switch for me. And technology became really important in this time. And then now I'm back in Iowa, and my parents are still in China. So again, technology helps me keep in contact with my family and is really important for maintaining that relationship. So I never really figured out how important technology was until I moved to China. I can still remember my parents sitting my brother and I down and telling us that it was official, we're moving. And my biggest worry was losing all of my friends, because I had 2 really close friends who were like sisters to me, and I just didn't know what my life would be like without them. And when I got to China, luckily I was allowed to make a Facebook account and a Skype account. And that just made such a huge difference, because now I was able to keep those friendships, and I knew that I wouldn't be losing those friends, I would just be further away from them. I can still remember my best friend Marley having her birthday party in November that year while I was in China. And it was the best one she'd had so far, so I was super bummed out. And I was in my room and I hear a Skype call in the living room. And at first I think, oh, it's probably from my parents, no big deal. And then I figured out it was Marley, and I ran into that living room so fast. And I see my friends on the computer screen, which I have a picture of here. It's not super clear. But these are my 3 best friends, and then that's me on Skype. And so I got to be a part of her birthday, which was super cool. And so now, as I mentioned, my parents are still in China, and I'm here in Iowa, and my brother is starting school in California. So we're all spread out, and the only way we can really keep in contact is through technology. And so this, again, it's not super clear. But these are my parents, and then me and my brother. And I'm one of those rare teenagers where I actually have a super close relationship with my parents and my brother, because they were like the one consistency in my life. And so keeping that relationship with them is just super important to me and really can't be done without technology. So now you know how technology can play a part in the life of a TCK. And moving is really difficult, and I've done it a lot, but technology helps. And if any of you ever consider moving overseas, it is scary, but technology can make a huge difference and make it a lot easier.